Hi, my name is Renee. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Walking in the woods behind my house on a spring day, on a sunny spring day, which is a change. We've had a lot of rain, snow, and cold. And this is my first spring living here. Some of the locals who I've talked to here, so we've just moved here last year. So we're local now to the area, but we're not from here and have a long history here. But they would consider the spring season short in Nova Scotia. I just think it's just long and cold, because for me, winter really ends when snow ends, or when you can't really expect very much snow anymore. So that's like the end of March. Although this year, and probably other years, I don't know, I don't have, like I said, a history of living here. We had snow in April. I think of like end of snow season as kind of the end of winter. So between the end of winter and the start of, let's say, I don't know, early summer, which here is mid-June, that's what I consider spring. So for me, that's April, May, first part of June, even end of March in terms of snow melting and being gone. So like, to me, that's 2.5 months of spring, almost 3 months of spring, depending on when you count the beginning of spring. And that's a long time. That's not just like a short spring. So I'm thinking of spring more in terms of time and relative to snow. Probably what would be helpful is having more than 4 calendar seasons, or more than 4 words to describe the transition through the seasons. I know different cultures and places do that. So I like to talk about like early spring, mid-spring, late spring, early summer, all that, early, mid, late. Basically what I'm saying is spring is a months-long process here, and it has been cold, and we've had snow that, melted. Cold, rainy, very wet. Soil is very wet. That's what spring has been like so far. Today is a beautiful day, as you can see, and is a little bit of a reprieve from those other kinds of spring days. This is my spring video, or actually I should say early spring, because we still have lots of spring left. So this is my early spring video. And I'm just sharing some things, showing some things that I've been up to around the property and out and about in these early days of spring, these cold, rainy, wet days. I just happen to be recording this on a very nice day. So it's like not representative of what spring has felt like, but it certainly is reviving and refreshing to my spirit today. So let's revisit the last couple weeks and see what spring has been like around the house and out and about. it's been sitting out in the rain. I need to get some heat going here in order to burn it. This is the first time I've ever taken apart one of these, I think. And it has a frame under it. That explains how they make the shape so perfectly round, or how it, even if it's not perfect, it doesn't look perfect in the form, but how it secures to something. I didn't know that before. I mean, I might have learned that, but I haven't seen it like this. It's like barely over 0 degrees. Maybe it's like 5 degrees. And with the sun, it feels warmer, but it's a cold day. So I'm enjoying the heat of the fire. Now that I've thrown most of the balsam in, I hope that I can keep going. Burn this stuff. It's like rose bushes. I think Mom threw these in the fire pit, which is great. So they're cleaning out wood that can be burned. Big root ball. Oopsies. Come on. Get that there. Oopsies. That's it for the Christmas lights. This is the end of the Christmas light or the winter light season. This area is full of brambles. I'm not sure what kind of brambles they are. There's nothing that I recall from last summer that grows of significance here. I didn't see any blackberries in here. There wasn't any raspberries. Normally this area wouldn't really concern me. I mean, there's other areas I want to garden, but there's daffodils in here and I want to be able to see them. So I have to clear out this stuff so that when they pop up, we can see their beautiful heads. The owls are talking to each other. I hope you can hear some of that. It's my favorite. Oh, it's prickles in my bum. Ugh. I have no vision for the verge, which is this edge land between our property and our neighbor's field. I have no vision for this area, but I do want to be able to see the daffodils. Oh, this is working much better, this rake. Actually pulling out some of the brambles. What the heck is this thing? Just needed better tools. Thank goodness we have them here. My parents had so many tools, have so many tools, and we have access to all of them. It's wonderful. Probably like effectively pruning these for better growth. New ones will come up, they'll be stronger, more vigorous, but maybe they'll actually, something will fruit on them. I don't know. That would be cool. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Well, what I want is I want to be able to see the daffodils.
Yes, I know. And there's look at them.
I know. Yes, I'm taking some video. The story of how the daffodils ended up here is that you tossed dirt here from somewhere?
But we had to dig out some dirt. I think Dad was trying to, he was trying to bring in some better soil.
Yeah.
That's what was it. So we had to dig it out and they just dumped it.
Right.
And I had no idea because when I had planted I just knew I'd put them in the ground.
Yes.
And then they just started poking up.
And now they've just multiplied and they're naturalized here. Basically.
And some of them are two-tone.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I'm cleaning this up so I see them. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like this is all full of brambles and it's rough, man. It's very pokey.
It is.
Now I gotta get all this stuff I pulled out of here over to the fire. Oh, I should cut this. This is a big thing. Oh, just move away.
It's all those prickly.
Oh, they're so prickly. Do you know what they are? Like, are they black?
I don't know, some kind of rose. No, they're not rose bushes.
But I didn't see any berries on them last
No, there's no berries on
They're
them.
just awful.
Hi, Brad.
Hey,
Yeah, we're having an impromptu party.
Yeah, lovely.
Because
An
I'm
impromptu
cleaning out there's daffodils in there.
Okay.
And so I'm like cleaning them out.
You can put some on your table when they bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you busy working on here, Renee.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good morning on this beautiful spring day. Yeah, you can see what it's like. I'll roll down my window. Oh, I just got a whole bunch of snow in. I'm on the ferry. It should be crossing the river soon. And I'm going across the river to get some bread from one of my favorite bakeries. So there's so many great bakeries here. But I'm going across the river to the La Have bakery. I'm doing some video today while I'm out doing errands as part of my spring happenings because this is what spring looks like. It looks like snow, wet, damp snow, and also crossing the river on the ferry to go get some bread. And then I have to run into town and get some things in town, and I might show you a bit of what that looks like. These are just life things, but also springtime things, in that it's this really crappy weather day, out and about, doing things. I wanted to get out this morning because I have things to do. I have some errands to run, but also I find it fun in springtime especially, or shoulder season, or in between times, or just when things are a little like ho-hum, to mix up the schedule a little bit, which is what I'm doing today. This is not what I usually do on a Tuesday morning. I had to do some things, but also, oh, wow, I feel like the ferry is rocking a little bit in the waves of the river. Ooh, that's cool. I actually feel it. Okay, so I had to do things, but it's also good to get out for me in these types of seasons and do stuff just to mix it up a little bit. So this morning is like a mix it up a little bit, get some things done, and I happen to be going to like a fun place, which is the La Have bakery, and getting the bread, and then doing some other more boring kind of errands, running into town to get cat food and what have you. But it's spring. The weather's like this, getting out, doing some things, headed back home to do my work for the day. So come with me for my little errand run on the South Shore. my visit to the LaHave Bakery was successful. Got my bread, was able to drop off books that I am, well, donating. It's a business, but like I don't need them anymore. I've read through them, so I'm giving them to the LaHave River Books. I believe that's what it's called, the bookstore that's in the LaHave Bakery building. So yeah, got my bread, did the things I needed to do at the bookstore, and also had breakfast, which was just a toasted bagel with cream cheese. Now I need to brush off the car because it is just loaded with wet snow. And yeah, you can see I'm sporting my spring attire here, you know. Glad I brought my hat, definitely need it. Yeah, so see if I hopefully still have the brush in the car, brush off the car, and then carefully drive to town to do the rest of my errands before heading home for a day of desk work. Of all the days to go out and do errands, is probably the least pleasant one to choose in the last, I don't know, 3 weeks. Yeah, got some snow coming off the roof there. Ah, springtime. We are now at the 3rd week of April. And what the heck am I doing with these plastic containers? I am using a hot nail to poke holes in the bottom of plastic containers, so I can use them for starting seeds indoors that I can eventually transplant into my garden. Spring is definitely garden season, but I still can't get out into the garden to do much And what I can do out there is still a little bit to be determined since I am new to this area and I'm still trying to figure out when exactly I can be working in the soil. At the midpoint of the month, I got a start on my seeds while there was still snow and ice outdoors, which you can see here on my deck. I have many years of experience with perennial flower bed gardening, and I also have a fair bit of experience with vegetables, growing vegetables, though I definitely prefer flower gardening over food growing. At least that's been the way it has been historically for me. And maybe in moving here and having a larger garden space, I will take up more vegetable gardening. At least that's my intention at this point. I am not a beginner to growing things in a garden, but I am a beginner to growing things from seeds that you start indoors. So I have experience with planting seeds, or I guess it's called direct sowing seeds into the garden. Some plants that works really well for, and others it's better to start them indoors and they actually need the time. They just need that length of growing season that in a colder place like where I am in Nova Scotia or where I used to be in Quebec, you don't have that length of season, so you have to start them indoors. I am new to that gardening task or activity of starting my seeds indoors. In the past, any plants that would have needed to be started indoors, I would just buy them from nurseries or places that sold plants. I will continue to buy seedlings and transplants from nurseries and garden stores where I live. The South Shore of Nova Scotia has such a great selection of these places. There are nurseries, garden markets, farm markets, and then also individuals will sell seedlings in little stands on the side of the road. You can also find seedlings at like the weekly farmers market. There are just so many places to buy quality seedlings and transplants for the garden, and that includes organic and heritage or heirloom varieties. There's just so much available here. So it's not like you have to start things from seed to get either the, quality or variety that you would want. However, this is something that I really want to learn how to do. And I also want to have fun doing it. It's a great early to mid spring, I want to do something in the garden activity, but I can't actually be in the garden yet. And of course, at a certain scale, there is cost savings with starting your own seeds. But starting your own seeds also has a cost. And I think to do it well, you need the grow lights. At least this is what I am seeing in the people that I follow and all the reading and studying I've done about it. So that is definitely an investment. I am not going that way this year. I am just starting simple. This is my first year gardening on this property. I am still getting a sense for what I want to grow here, how much of it I can grow. I'm working things out with my mom. We share the garden space. So this is kind of an exploratory and experimenting year. I would say with gardening, all years are like that. So, I could be saying that over and over again in the coming years, but this year is definitely a get the lay of the land year. For the gardening goals that I have this year, doing a simple seed starting setup, say that fast 5 times, doing something simple like I'm showing you here is sufficient. I don't need to get too complicated for the first year, and I still don't know even what all I want to grow in the garden, and I'm going to figure that out over the course of this growing season and in the research that I do, in the fall and the winter for next growing season. I'm experimenting here with cold stratifying some seeds in the freezer. I've never done this before. It could be a total fail. So don't watch what I'm doing and think, oh, this is how you do things. Like I said, I'm experimenting and I'm just testing out putting some seeds in the freezer. Most sources recommend using the fridge to cold stratify seeds, using the freezer for my inula seeds, which are Ella campaign, is an experiment, and it is likely to fail also because those seeds are quite old. They're from 2022 and they haven't been stored properly the way you're supposed to store seeds. I mean, it's basically experiment on top of experiment. So do not follow what I'm doing here as the way to do things. I'm just messing around. The seeds that you see me planting here this evening are all flowers. I don't plan to do any vegetable or culinary herb seed starting. I will be buying some vegetable seedlings from local nurseries and markets, and I will be direct seeding vegetables into the garden. There's the porcupine under our deck. I hope porcupines don't charge. Porcupine hiding under our deck. I have my super duper flashlight on it.